I think most people are no stranger to questionable videos on YouTube, and because of that, there are already a lot of videos covering the topic, but mostly just at a surface level. Today, we are going to be taking a deep dive into the disturbing depths of Minecraftgate. First, we have to figure out who is making this content, and after only a bit of digging, I found a bunch of creators who are making these videos. But wait, it seems most of them are from a long time ago, so case closed, I guess? Wrong! Right before I gave up, I found out that this content is making a resurgence in popularity. It turns out it was always like this. The trend seems to follow a sine wave graph. At the bottom, you have the occasional occurrences, but when the line inevitably goes up, the more often these videos appear in feeds to the point of being in the mainstream media's eyes. And one time it did, and keep that in mind because we will get back to that. The thing is, why are these videos being made? The conclusion that I almost came to is that they are making this content for their own pleasure, but that doesn't seem to fill the whole picture. The answer couldn't be that easy. If people are making it for their own pleasure, why would they be uploading it to YouTube of all places where a lot of the viewers are under the age of 13? There is a massive market on YouTube that a lot of creators target. A demographic that can't show up on any site's analytics, not even YouTube's own because of the law. This niche is so competitive that YouTubers exploit questionable content just to stand out. The type of people in question that is being targeted and exposed by suggestive content is kids. They get their attention with vibrant thumbnails and questionable content in the thumbnail because it piques their curiosity. You may be asking yourself, how do these mature videos end up in kids' feeds? To answer that, first you have to know that YouTube is a search engine. These videos utilize tags and keywords in their titles and descriptions so the YouTube algorithm sees it and thinks, well, if this questionable video has the same tags as this kid's video, they might like it, and pushes it out to their feed. It clearly works because there are many of these videos that get over 1 million views. They could also be compelled to click on the video due to it giving them feelings that they do not understand. And if you still don't believe that these videos are successfully targeting kids, I found that all of these comments are filled with childish grammar and spelling alongside some videos the kids uploaded of themselves, and most of these videos are not even that old. Let's just get this out of the way and say that these videos seem to be a subgenre of elsagate. Remember when we said that these videos got the attention of mainstream media? For that, we have to jump back to 2017. There was a lot of content that used characters popular with kids at the time, such as Spider-Man, Elsa, and Hulk to name a few. But the problem was that a lot of these videos had an inappropriate tone to them. Sound familiar? A lot of these videos were obsessed with needles, feet, and pregnancy. Besides those common themes, there are many more, but I'd rather not cover them in this video, for obvious reasons. Parents started to pick up on this, causing an outrage, and rightfully so. Eventually, news outlets caught wind of the situation and only continued to spread the bad press to even more people. YouTube's reputation was at the verge of being permanently damaged and began to panic. This very moment was their call to action. Insane measures are put into place to prevent content like this from ever surfacing again. Or so we thought, because secretly behind the mainstream's eyes, the problem was still there and from time to time would get dangerously close to getting into the mainstream's eye again. This marked the beginning of elsagate subgenres. This disgusting category of content was around long enough that these creators decided to niche down on it, but the question of how these trends came to be still remains. All of the origins of these elsagate subgenres seem to be pretty clear. For example, Anka started out as one of those cropped memes, eventually spiraling out of control into animation spin-offs. Which, if you don't know, anything animation related on the internet is bound to trend and unintentionally appeal to kids. It ended up with 14-year-olds on TikTok copying the dance. The Jenny mod was very similar in that it starts off small, but when it eventually gains traction, it appeals to kids due to it, well, being Minecraft related. These trends make it clear that something that wasn't made for kids spiraled out of control, so why didn't the other Minecraftgate content start the same? Well, the answer seems to be that it started with popular Minecraft videos such as Monster School. People saw the success and wanted some of that for themselves. They would make these videos, but this time utilizing the strategy we mentioned of exploiting young viewers with those questionable themes. With this type of content being popular with kids, how could it affect them? As the digital age is in full swing, more and more parents are raising their kids on tablets and phones with social media, all for the sake of making their job as a parent easier. Anytime I'm at the store, I swear 7 times out of 10 the kid in the cart is watching videos on their parents' phone. But at what cost does this come? Unknowingly, these parents are allowing for the exposure of content not suitable for their kids. This is where it can be damaging, because it can lead to early pornography addictions and fetishes that are near impossible to break later in life. The people who grew up with elsagate content are becoming old enough to speak about the possible effects. There was a Reddit post that I saw not so long ago asking if anyone who grew up with elsagate content developed any fetishes. One of the replies was from someone who stated that they watched elsagate content growing up and think they developed a fetish because of it. Not only are babysitters and teachers complaining about it, but are also seeing the effects of it. So if there's a clear problem affecting children, how is YouTube dealing with it? Getting the mainstream media to cover it isn't enough. At the end of the day, even they don't seem to care from what I can gather. YouTube will always find a way to allow this content to exist on the platform because they are fully aware it's a money printer for them. The best thing to honestly do is not let anyone under the age of 15 use social media platforms at all, due to the various psychological effects mentioned before. If you are under 15 watching this, my recommendation to you is to stop using these platforms. Trust me, you're not missing out on anything. People seem to forget that this is a problem on YouTube, because every year I see a resurgence in the subject, and YouTubers are now calling it elsagate 2.0. Elsagate never went away. Making content covering it just went out of style. Long are the days of people making content for the fun of it. It's all about the money now, even if it's at the cost of millions of our future generation.